Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones throws shade at Dak Prescott. The Dallas Cowboys are on a bye week, and they'll enter their next game against the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday, October 27, with a 3-3 record. Following the team's big loss to the Detroit Lions, 47-9, on October 13, some in the Cowboys camp are understandably frustrated. In a radio interview with 105.3 The Fan, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones talks about the state of the Cowboys and appears to throw a little shade at quarterback Dak Prescott. Jones' October 15 interview with 105.3 The Fan had some heated moments. One happened when he was talking about Prescott. Twice during the interview, Jones said that Prescott is the highest-paid player in the NFL and that the Cowboys shouldn't have the highest-paid quarterback and not have more production. We should be able to not have that happen to us Sunday. The Cowboys lost to the Lions with our players that we've got. Shouldn't have the highest-paid quarterback in the NFL and not have more production, but he's got to have blocking, he said. He's got to have the routes run right. He added, and the other things he's got to do is that it helps if he weren't playing somebody as strong as Detroit was Sunday. They were pretty strong. Prescott is third in the NFL in passing yards, 12th in passing touchdowns, and 16th in yards per attempt. He also has the second most interceptions in the NFL, according to Pro Football Focus. Also in the interview, Jones was asked about the Cowboys' inactive offseason, which is a talking point among NFL analysts and experts. His response showed that he didn't like that question one bit. He responded by basically saying the hosts could be released from the station. This is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job. I'll get somebody else to ask these questions. I'm not kidding, Jones said. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you need to come to this NFL meeting I'm going to today with 32 teams here. You're geniuses. He continued, you really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong without going over the rights? Listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans, a lot of great listeners. And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Radio host Bobby Belt responded in the October 16 edition of the show, saying, I think he wanted to come at it like, oh, let me show my passion. I think he legitimately got mad and then he kind of snapped. Because here's the thing, I think there are a couple of areas where there is showman Jerry and then there is genuinely upset Jerry. And I don't think there is much that genuinely upsets him, but there's a few things. Dak Prescott must be better for Dallas Cowboys to succeed. And he knows it too. Even with a 3-4 record, it's far from a lost season for the Dallas Cowboys. After a failed comeback attempt in the fourth quarter against the San Francisco 49ers, players in the locker room communicated confidence in the team's ability to win the rest of its 5 remaining division games to put themselves in a position to squeak into the playoffs at the end of the season. A lot would need to be fixed. Fortunately for Dallas, not a lot of those problems are very complex. Run the ball better. Show a pulse in stopping the run with consistency. Have better offensive line play. Start winning the turnover margin. The list goes on. But arguably the most fixable problem starts with the man at the front, Dak Prescott. Coming off his first 3-game stretch in his career in which he has thrown multiple interceptions in each contest, the freshly minted highest-paid player in NFL history has not lived up to his billing so far this season after a 2023 campaign that saw him finish as the league's MVP runner-up. 3 reasons Cowboys must not fire Mike McCarthy after loss to 49ers. After a tough loss to the 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys can point fingers in many directions. And Trayvon Diggs can fume and fuss about social media. But there are two reasons why the Cowboys must not fire head coach Mike McCarthy after the loss to the 49ers. The Cowboys fell victim to Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and the 49ers in a 30-24 loss on Sunday night. Dallas controlled the first half, but fell apart in the third quarter. Then the Cowboys made a dramatic fourth-quarter comeback attempt. But the big picture needs to be in focus here. And since it's Texas, it should be able to see the big picture. Cowboys HC Mike McCarthy should ride to end of 2024 season. Look, the Cowboys don't have the roster to be a true Super Bowl contender right now. That's considering the injuries in the mix. If they get completely healthy and make a blockbuster trade before the deadline, it could change. But as the Cowboys stand now, they're not an elite team. And that's not all McCarthy's fault. He's dealing with the roster Jerry Jones gave him. There's no Derrick Henry at running back, which clearly turned into a free agent decision the Cowboys regret. No coaching change will fix the offense. Only a trade could do that. Now, a coaching change might help the defense, but there's still a softness in the middle that will likely hurt the Cowboys against teams with strong ground attacks. Quarterback Dak Prescott has offered 3 straight games with 2 interceptions. And for McCarthy's part, he thinks taking care of the football on offense will make a difference, according to DallasCowboys.com. I think it's bigger on taking care of it, McCarthy said. Just like anything, if you take care of the football every single week, you're never going to lose the turnover ratio. At worst it would be 0-0. We executed takeaways at a higher level the last 3 years. But our opportunities are not far off of the last couple years. So we're getting there, but we're not converting. Of course, the Cowboys have more problems than turnovers. One of them is putting full games together. They completely came unglued in the third quarter against the 49ers. McCarthy said the downturn cost his team the game, according to DallasCowboys.com. The third quarter was definitely a factor in the outcome, the 3 3-and-outs by our offense and the 1 giveaway, said McCarthy. You have ebbs and flows of the game, and we definitely stayed in that valley way too long. It felt solid at halftime. We didn't give our defense any relief in the third quarter. A strong reason to keep Mike McCarthy. The Cowboys haven't quit. Yes, Trayvon Diggs had what appeared to be an effortless play against the 49ers. And yes, the Cowboys look like a team that quit against the Lions. However, they bounced back strong against the 49ers and had a good half. And then after the third quarter debacle, they came back and had possession with a chance to win. This is a sign of a team that hasn't given up on its coach. McCarthy liked what he saw in the final quarter, according to DallasCowboys.com. We did an excellent job of fighting back in the fourth quarter and needed to make 1 or 2 more plays, McCarthy said. And we still had a chance to go down and win it on that last series. We're disappointed. I think our men had a really good week of preparation. There were definitely areas of improvement, but we still have a ton to work on. We didn't get it done. We'll go back and continue to work hard on the planning part of it. As coaches and players, we can learn from this. We're 3-4. That's the facts of this deal. We felt like we'd do what we needed to do to come in here and get the win, but we came up short. Another reason the Cowboys need to keep McCarthy right now is the stretch they have coming up. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Mike McCarthy? Leave your opinion in the comments.